am Desiree with Stress Free Baby, and today Payne is joining me because we are having a Pokemon Day. We are getting to interview Seth McMahill, who is sort of the Pokemon guru. He's been with Nintendo really from the get-go with Pokemon. I think he's advertised or promoted as the guy who knows all things Pokemon, but I think this guy is all things Pokemon. When he was just a little thing in kindergarten and you had to bring in something that represented the letter of the alphabet each day, so A, he would bring in a Pokemon that started with A, B, C. We did this all the way through the alphabet and learned at that time there were 150 and then 151 Pokemons when they added Meowth. See, even I know a little bit. But now apparently there are I don't know, thousands of them?
No, it's not thousands. It's near 1,000.
Yeah.
Like 600.
Good thing I don't have to keep up anymore. So, at any rate, Seth, thanks for joining us today. I guess, is Pokemon sort of kind of reincarnating with a whole new group of parents and kids now, or is it just the popularity coming back? What's going on with Pokemon these days?
Well, I mean, Pokemon has been around for, since 1998 in the States. I've been on it personally myself for 12 years now, and it's all I've done at Nintendo of America. So it's been a fantastic experience for myself. And right now, actually, we have a new game that just released, and it's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. So it's a new game within the Mystery Dungeon series, and exclusively for the Nintendo 3DS system, which actually I have here with me today. Of course, I have the standard Nintendo 3DS, and then my personal one, of course, which is the 3DS XL, 90% bigger screen, which just looks incredible when you're adventuring through the dungeons.
Okay. This particular game, is it all age groups? Is it, we actually got to play it a little yesterday, and he said, this is something you would have loved, really, second grade.
If I was a bit younger, I would have liked it. I think it's most likely the dialogue that you go through. It's very childish and not what, as a teenager or a young adult, would enjoy as much.
You have to understand, though, this kid's 18 in college now, and Pokemon was his youth. So for him, it's a little bit of, it's kind of the going back and embracing your youth sort of thing. For me as a mom, it's fun, but I see it as if I knew, I know lots of boys in second grade. My youngest is now 7, and I think that this whole new wave of children are probably going to really love this new system because the things I understand, you can use the game to take pictures around you and it incorporates somehow. Tell me about that, Seth.
Well, so first of all, on your question about the kind of the ages, it is a game that's rated E for everyone, so it really is good for all ages. Now, Payne, your son, it sounds like he's more of a fan of the core series, such as Pokemon Black version 2, White version 2, and of course, I assume you're pretty excited about Pokemon X and Pokemon Y coming worldwide in October. I am as well. The Mystery Dungeon series itself is a different experience, and this one is meant for kind of a younger generation coming in to the Mystery Dungeon series. So I can understand, your feeling on it not quite being for you. However, I still had a great time with it just from going through the dungeons and, leveling up all of my characters and everything like that. Now, on to your second question about the camera. It's this really cool feature that uses the Nintendo 3DS camera, the augmented reality feature. And basically, once you boot it up, you find any circular object in the real world, and you can scan that, and it actually creates a portal into a new mystery dungeon. And the great thing about these mystery dungeons, especially within the actual game, every time you go into them is they're completely randomly generated. So you'll never see the same layout of a dungeon twice, which creates just infinite replay value as you're going through them and playing the game.
That's cool. I remember when he was little, we played Pokemon Snap. Remember that game way back in the day, and you go through the little territory and you take pictures of the Pokemon as you see them, and I think I got as addicted to that game as he did. I remember thinking, he's got to go to bed because he's got school tomorrow, but we needed to get one more Pokemon.
That was a fun game. I enjoyed that one a lot, too.
Yeah, what's on the horizon? We've got this one now. What else is coming out?
Well, yeah, we have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, which is just an incredible game. You actually get to become a Pokemon, live in a world inhabited only by Pokemon, the randomly generated dungeons, the Magnagate feature where you can hop into dungeons anywhere around you in the real world, and then in October, we have Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, which are actually going to be launching worldwide for the Nintendo 3DS system exclusively. So that is the next thing for Pokemon. But right now, I think Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity has a lot to offer Pokemon fans and new players as well.
When I was picking up the 3DS system yesterday, I had a kid in line behind me. I say a kid, 23 years old. And he was drooling, saying, "Are you getting that from me?" And he said, same thing. You know what? He told me he was the first Pokemon fan, and he could sit there in line, and we were trying to name, go pair for pair, like, one for one, Charmander, Charizard, Charmeleon, and, and it was funny. I would love to see the two of you do that. Could, if he's not sure he's up for it. Okay, fine. If you're not up for the quiz, or
I'd be more than happy. One thing to remember: I am on West Coast time, so I'm still a wee bit groggy. But I'd be happy to chat some Pokemon with Payne.
Well, but you've been saturated in Pokemon for 12, 15 years. This one, he's kind of walked away from it. He's, learning the college stuff now. But okay, how about this one?
Well, first of all, you never fully walk away from Pokemon. It'll always be there. And especially, even though you're in college, I can imagine when X and Y come out, you'll be picking those games up.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay, so how about this one? How about you name a Pokemon, you name a Pokemon. Let's see how long we can go. Let's see if we can do this for 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds.
30 seconds? Do I start?
You go for it.
You do one, then he'll do one. Go.
I'm going to do Axu.
You do Axu. I'll do Snivel.
Oh, okay. How about Pikachu? I mean, I'm just drop that right now.
Of course. Magnemite.
Magnemite. Dusknoir.
Ooh, Dusclops.
Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. Let's go for Eevee. Classic.
I'll follow up with a Espeon.
Oh, well, then let's just do Umbreon.
We're going to do all the Eevees now?
Let's do it.
How about the new one, Sylveon?
Oh, Sylveon. Good choice. Good choice. I'll follow that up with Flareon.
Umbreon.
Leafeon.
Oh.
Squirtle.
Squirtle
was my favorite.
And then Glaceon.
Jolteon.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Did we do all of them? I think, did we do Flareon?
I don't think we've done Flareon.
I think we just named all of them, didn't we?
Did we?
Anyways, all right, let me ask you this. Where do you get the names? How do you keep coming up with new Pokemon?
Well, new Pokemon names, it's a group effort, but basically what happens is the Japanese developers, Game Freak, will give us an image of the character and some key traits of the character. And then what happens is we'll dig through dictionaries, thesauruses, all sorts of things to find words that we can basically, convey the meaning of that. So, for example, a really quick, easy one is Torchic. It's a baby chicken, so chick. It's fire, but not too intense of a fire, and so it's a torch. Take those, put them together, and you have Torchic. So you're trying to find two words that can cut off in the middle, easily fit together, that could still be figured out if you look into it enough. But yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that it really happens. It's kind of a magical process. Okay, we've only got about 60 seconds left. I'm curious, how does someone end up being, like, he's trying to figure out his career path now. He's in college and has changed majors already. So how does he become a U? This is his, he loves video games. He's creative, Well, there's kind of two things you can go into in the video game industry. One is a developer, which obviously your focus would be, engineering, math, and things like that. Myself, personally, my focus was English and writing. And that's where I came in and started doing the localization and everything like that. So there's kind of two different directions that you can go. To become a me, it's creative writing, English, and being able to, talk well in front of people. So I think you have the foundation with your Pokemon knowledge already. Love it. All right. Well, thank you, Seth. It's great sharing information, and it's awesome to talk to somebody who's got the behind-the-scenes peek at Pokemon. I appreciate you sharing the information and the new game. We've already played and thought it was fun. Obviously, he's more excited about the one that's coming out later. But I think for the kids going through that, coming up and just learning Pokemon now, they're going to love the new system. So absolutely. It's a fantastic way to jump into the series. It's a great entry point. But absolutely, Desiree and Payne, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thanks. Appreciate it.